Morning. It's time to go play some football.
So, surprise, surprise, we ended up losing today's game 4-1. So I got myself showered and then it was time to head out to our favourite little place where I do a lot of the work. But unfortunately, someone stole the space I wanted. How dare they?
Yeah, someone just literally stole the spot I was gonna have. Oh dear. I was trying to figure out where to park the van in a way where I'm not blocking off these because there's these other people here. And I was like, there's a space to my right, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll park there. And then literally, as the guy was driving out, someone else drove in. Typical. So yeah, that's hilarious. To be honest with you, I'll tell you the plan of these seats. So with these seats, I'm leaving them like this for now. See here, we've got a two-seater. This will become a single-seater. And what I'm actually gonna do, if you guys remember from the motorhome show, found that guy who does all the stitching and custom-made stuff. So at the end of the build, I will be getting these upholstered. Could I jump on the bed? I'm half tempted to try it. Whoa! I mean, it feels pretty strong, doesn't it? There's no like... Yeah, I think it can handle that quite well. It doesn't feel at all like it's struggling.
So even though it's a Sunday and I'm always so tired on Sunday, I was determined to get at least something done. So I thought I could continue to do some insulation, as installing insulation is only going to enhance my stay in the van and just help keep that cold out a little bit. Or should I say keep the warm in. So as much as I don't have a documented plan, I do have a bit of a plan in my head of how I want to do things. So let me tell you a little bit more about that.
So this area where you got the bed up to here, this area is going to be, there's going to be a seat there, table here, and another seat there. So you can eat your meal. So if I have a guest or whatever, we can meal, look out the window. Also the seat there, you can look out that window and you've got that nice like lighting and stuff there. And what the good thing about this is the table is going to go down in line with the rest, and it's going to turn into a sofa and also a spare bed. I mean, because it won't be massively wide, I would also have a secondary option, which would be this blow-up bed that can go along the floor if the guests would prefer. Yeah, that's that area. There's going to be, so this frame in here is perfectly placed to be the windowsill. So this is gonna be like a windowsill, but yeah, that kind of like will go in there because the main wall goes around there, so it'll be a hole like that. There'll be like a nice windowsill, and then like the top bit will probably be like that. And then for cold areas, I'm gonna have like a board that's gonna be cut to the perfect shape, and then I'm gonna make it look fancy. Maybe put some carpet around it, material, make it look really nice. That will go with the decor of the van. And then like in the cold evenings, that can just go in that little gap perfectly, which will be the same for this window as well. This is already, you got the insulation in place. So this is a windowsill as well for the kitchen, because this is the kitchen area here. There's the toilet. You can kind of see underneath. You got the shower base, and so I need to build that wall. So there's going to be a full shower there in the corner. Then into the kitchen, nice little windowsill, and there's going to be. See, I've got here the dishwasher. I can't be bothered to go to the waste pipe. I have to lift stuff out of the way. So the dishwasher's going here. Dishwasher, and there's going to be a fridge, and then like gas hob as well. And there's going to be, I'll probably use a Ninja. And then the bed, this is actually the width of it is a full double. So I used IKEA stuff to make it work. That's a full double. And then these again are like indents I made. So they have, obviously the wall's going to cut around. Basically I can sleep there and I fit in there nicely. So them indents are a clutch. And yeah, I'm not going to have any overhead storage over the bed because that was something I didn't like in previous van living. So I want this to be my like safe and comfortable area. So there's probably going to be a TV there from there. As you can see, you got the rear doors with the rear windows, and that's nice in the morning. So that's my curtain I put up in the evenings, and I put it down in the morning to let that light in. And then obviously you got the skylight, which is also nice because if I lay down here and then in the morning I can just like look out my skylight, which is like really nice. And right now it's raining and it's kind of like peaceful. This is where the leak was before, but it's completely dry, and I'm pretty sure it's dry all the way around still. So yeah, it does need a proper test, but it has rained a lot and there's no like obvious leak like before, so I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, this is it from this angle. So also when I'm sleeping, my setup I have is I put this tarp up and that goes across the windows there, and then I put there's offcuts that fit above that, block that window and block that window, and then I have that light up there and it gives me the light so I can sit here just chilling here. And yeah, that's the full tour.
So I hope that made a little bit more sense to you. Now it's back to the insulation. I'm using this soundproofing 10mm insulation as my base layer, and then I'm going to be putting some PIR board 100mm in front of it. And if you look behind me, you can see the wall the other side. You can see how I've done it there. Although this side I am challenging myself that little bit more, and I'm going to do a C-shaped cutout to fit the entire section. I figured that the less cuts and holes and air gaps, the more effective the insulation will be. But I will, however, at the end probably use some expanding foam in these small crevices and areas just to compact it, remove that air and improve the overall insulation property. I decided to take this opportunity to use as many of the little offcuts I've got so I don't waste too much of the new rolls. And of course that would mean not having to buy extra rolls later on down the line. One of the other challenging things about this PIR board is if you're using the 25mm, it's quite easy just to use a Stanley knife. You can just cut what you need, snap it, and it's a nice clean cut. When you're trying to cut the 100mm, it is very difficult and very messy. But one of the tools I like to use to cut it is I have a multi-tool that has a scraper attachment, and this seems to do the job quite nicely with minimal mess. So here you can see a nice clip of me using the multi-tool and how easy it seems to cut through the insulation board. But now you're about to see what happens when you get a little bit older.
Oh God, I don't think that's too big, isn't it? Oh God, I'm so old. That hurt my back. I've pulled my back. Oh. Right, in my defence, I've played football today, so that's why. Okay.
So after hurting my back in one of the most pathetic ways ever, it was then time to crack on with the work and continue the task at hand. What I didn't like about this, which you will probably discover if you try and put as thick board in, is there's a lot of bends and bumpy bits in the van wall. So it's not as simple as putting this in. You then need to cut out little holes and crevices and all sorts of shapes to get it to fit to your size. As you're about to see, it was not pleasant. It took me a long time, but at least you'll see here I made a beautiful C shape. And look at that, lovely. And now I just remove the frame and then I can put it in. So you can see here, this is what I described. I was putting the board in and it wouldn't allow the frame to go on. I didn't want to force it in, so there was a lot of pressure on the frame. So I just had to keep adjusting it, cutting chunks out.
I thought this was going to be like quite a quick and easy thing, but I am so wrong.
So after a while of wrestling this piece in, finally I managed to get it in and I was pretty happy with the result. And then after that, it was off to sleep. And again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.